They brought his baseball. I think you can find out.
Jake tried out.
Oh, yeah, Jake's trying out.
All right, we'll go ahead and start our meeting, call our meeting to order, rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Kate.
Here.
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 Here,
Here.
Here. There you have one.
Now we are on to this is our special meeting, of course, for the budget. And we have now our audience of citizens. So if anyone online or in person wants to speak to us, now would be the time. Don't all rush the podium at once. Yes, it's okay. Quiet down on the other side. It's very noisy on this side over
We
here.
have a taker.
A lot of people over there.
Cornell Boudria, 115 Skinner Road.
How are you, Cornell?
Good.
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 Seems like a decent enough budget this year. As sure everybody here knows me enough now to know that I'm constantly got my nose in budget stuff all the time. Especially the education budget, big deal to me. 2 kids in the district, just want to make sure we're doing good by our kids. 4% is good. It represents like 1.9% from the town, 2.1 from the state. I think we could probably do a little bit better, just to meet the contractual obligations that are being met or being asked for. I know we're putting away like 215,000 into Department 61 for their reading program, which is excellent, necessary.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, my only 2 bits is a little bit more, go a long way. That's all.
Thank you. So next up.
Mel DeMangelo, 86 Devonshire Way. Couldn't miss the opportunity to come by and show support.
We would have missed you if you didn't come
Yeah.
by. So, we're glad you're here.
And I'm like,
We're glad you're here.
say if I don't come, what?
Yes, we were worried about that. Yes.
Definitely in support of the education system and the budget. It was really nice to see the 4% this year. However, I'd love to see the day when it's close to fully funded, if not fully funded. And unfortunately, the 4% is not going to cover all the contractual obligations. And we're $208,000 short of being able to accommodate that. So there will be some staff losses, which is unfortunate to be able to see. And I really wish that there was a way to at least find the additional, 208,000. In addition, this year, especially given that there is some grant money that came back from an education perspective, 1.2 million, and not all of that is going back to the educational system. So just wanted to put in that additional push. I want to go back to the recordings from last week, but I think I heard the Board of Ed president saying that 4% they would be able to do with that. And I totally disagree with that because I really would not like to see staff being reduced in the school system. So support, 4% is great, but is there a way to get a little bit more? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Anyone else? Budget? We're good? We're good. We're good. Anyone there's no one online, right? No. Okay. Okay, so we'll go ahead and close the audience of citizens, move on to our meeting agenda, which is our discussion of the budget, which is why we're here. So, yeah, it was mentioned about the Board of Ed budget. First of all, that I happen to be talking to Superintendent Benigni today, and he's been in the district forever, right? He can't remember, nor we were looking back to find. It's been, I don't know, more than 20 years, we can't find a 4% increase to the Board of Ed budget anywhere. It's always been less. So it's, you know, a very, I think, good increase. We're happy. We're able to give them that funding. I mean, we were, you know, lucky this year with the budget, with that refund from the school, you know, from the school project, to be able to take a lot of that out of the budget, but still fund a lot of the capital projects and capital equipment. So that was, and plus the extra money that we got for the school system as well from the state. So, and plus the grand list went up, and yeah, it's I think financially, despite, you know, a lot of issues coming from other places, state and federal, for Berlin, we've been very, very fortunate this year with our businesses, and you know, everything is doing pretty well. So seems pretty fair. And on the town side too is one of the larger increases we've seen in the town side in quite a while. I don't know, Kevin, I don't know what we're talking about, quite a while, right? Yeah. So again, all the way around, I think we're putting in some good funding to our town, and we're going to be able to get a lot accomplished with what we're doing. So that's great. And as it's important for everyone, keep our taxes as low as possible, but fund our projects and fund our school system. So I do have just a couple things to, I'll throw this out here, we can discuss it. What I was going to do is, if we're all in agreement, the $215,000, the reading money, which was going into Department 61, of course, which is within the budget. If you remember last time we met, the $2.6 million, which is outside of the budget, right, for the different capital pieces of equipment and a couple projects, we took a few things out of there. So by my calculation, there would be $215,000 in that 2.6, which I think is down now to, we took about 600 grand out of there, I think. So I would, you know, want to take that 215 out of the budget, put it in which is about 2 million now, put it into those funds. Hence, out of the budget, lower our taxes. We wouldn't pay taxes on it. It's still getting to the school. Nothing's changing with where it's going. It's just in a different column. I would also, since we're saving some money, I know we're supposed to save some money. We should on the lighting for Sage, for the baseball field and the girls softball field. So with that savings, I would take, there was one police cruiser we were going to pay for, $70,000. I would take that out and put that into this as well, since there are funds left in there at the moment. And that, again, comes off the tax roll, so we don't have to tax people on that yet. It's still going to be paid for. And then the last thing I would do this would just be a reduction in the police overtime budget by $50,000. And that would not be, you know, if they need it in the new fiscal year at some point, we always would fund them. And part of this reason for this is we did fund them with another police officer. So we went up to 47 from 46. They just filled the 46th officer. Now some are still in training, some are in FTO, but they should be, you know, within 6 months, I think 2 or 3 of them will be on the road. I think a couple might be off FTO by then, and they're going to hire the 47th. So with the increase in their staff, typically we do look at lower overtime budgets. So, and again, if they need it come July 1st, later in the year, we are expecting, you know, a surplus. So we would certainly fund it if they came back to us. So that would come off, again, you know, off the last figures that we had when the budget was approved by the Board of Finance. So I don't know, what do you guys think of that?
Out of
Yep.
2.6, there was the Willard parking lot.
Yes. And the house at the shed at Timberland, which we're going to reevaluate. Public building is looking at it. We're thinking we don't want to spend the $200,000. We think we could actually probably get a new one for a lot less. So they're going to be looking at those 2 projects.
And then, so we wouldn't be doing the Willard parking lot.
No, we're going to do that too. So in some just preliminary discussions, I was talking to PBC about it, and actually I talked to the superintendent about it too while I was talking to him today. That the concern seems to be where they want to put that extra parking is in a flood zone. and it slopes right down to the brook, and we all know it floods there significantly most times. The ground's very soft, and what's probably going to happen there is because the ground is so soft and it keeps flooding there, you're going to spend a lot of money to pave it for the 18 spots, and it's going to crumble within a couple of years. So what we were thinking with a couple members of the board of the Public Building Commission is, instead of doing it there, the other side of the brook is higher. It doesn't really flood on that side. So thinking maybe if we could clean that up a little bit more, maybe cut some of the brush back, put some serious gravel in there, make it pretty solid, and we would probably get that many spots on that side, and folks would have to, just walk around on the sidewalk, and typically those spots are for if there's a special event at Willard. Because if you go by there on a normal school day, other than people dropping their students off,
We don't really have like the right plan in place yet. to
no,
be able to do it.
correct. Yeah, we want to look at doing that, but we will put another coat over where it got ripped up this winter, because it was a tough winter for the plows and the ice and all that. So we will kind of coat that over and look to have some additional parking on the other side of the brook.
Does that mean all of the 2.6 million, when we add these other things in, that's all pledged then?
Well, no, I don't think that, so I don't believe that's going to cost 400,000 to do what we want to do at Willard, to coat it and just put gravel on the other side and see how that works out. And then also, don't forget, and the shed, 200,000, I think, for the windows and the roof. But we think we could probably buy a new shed for less than that. And, like a Butler Building shed, or so, and then the lights too with Eversource. As far as we know, they're still committed to replacing the lights at the baseball field, the boys baseball field. So we should save at least 50 there, maybe 70. That's kind of the police cruiser amount, we hope, if that all works out. But yeah, so we have plenty in there to take those out and to do that. Move that other 215 in the 70.
And the advantage also would be for the ball field, parking for the ball field right there.
Oh, yes, for that too. Yes. So, but we think on the other side of the brook, and that's higher over there, because that doesn't really flood there.
No.
But that lower part, it's always flooded, and it's going to be a waste, I think, as everybody starts looking at it. So
Have you
that's.
got an update from Doug on the lighting and the,
He's working on it. Actually, we're trying to get a hold of Eversource to just see what their schedule is too. Yeah.
I know Eversource will do it any time. They want to do it now.
Yes, and I think once I know he's still checking on, he had a couple different lighting packages, so I think he's on it, and yeah, it should be soon. I think there are, who told me there's a couple, right, lights? Would you find out?
Yeah, I know Doug will be here next week when we have the town meeting on the
Okay.
non-budget appropriation. So he'll have more information on the lighting then.
Okay,
I
good.
know he's
Sounds
been-
good.
He's been on it though.
All right, thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, we're hooking him up with Eversource he could coordinate with
Okay.
them when he gets the lighting packages in place. I think, and we're kind of hoping we could convince Eversource to do the girls' field too, to install them.
That's what I was gonna say. Is there
While
a
you're
reason
th-
why
while you're there,
the
yeah,
down
yes.
softball field
Well, we're doing both.
feels very,
Yeah. Well, we're doing both. We're doing both, but we would hope Eversource could do that as well, so the
We're
town.
only going to do the boys' field, not the
It's-
girls' field.
Well, but the town's paying for the girls' field. You guys are missing the point here. Wait a second. We're doing both. Hang on. That's Eversource. We got to yell at them for that, but yeah, yes. Yeah. And they might do it. No, I know, but we're kind of hopeful they might do it, but we have to,
Doug is
let's,
actually on it.
let's get them to do one at least, so we save some money. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go.
We'll make them an offer they can't refuse.
Yeah, there we go. That's it. So yeah, they'll both be done, and if we can save some labor on one or both, all the better.
Doug Warren.
Oh, we're just.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he has an update. If he doesn't, it's okay. Doug, you have an update for us? Anything?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Councilors. How are you?
What's that?
He's like, I do not
Yeah.
want to get.
Yeah, I don't want to go there, yes.
He's a lot smarter.
Yeah. I know you're working on the lighting packages, right, Doug?
Yes, hi, Mr. Mayor. Can you hear me okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
we got you.
Yeah, the everything's coming back from the distributors. The plan is to bring that to the PBC at their meeting next week
Oh, good.
for their review, and then if we do get a favorable review next week, potentially can go to council for approval the 22nd of this month.
Great. And, Doug, just for the heck of it, I'm trying to track down the person at Eversource, because there was one person, that person unfortunately is deceased now, but yeah, which is sad, but that was one of our contacts. But there's another contact, which, as I was checking it out today, Doug, someone said to me, well, Doug knows. And I said, no, I'm trying to find out for Doug. You don't know, right, who the person?
I can find out Sunday because Ron Stack is on.
Ron doesn't know.
He doesn't know?
That's who I talked to.
Oh.
He
Yeah, I
told
talked-
me.
Spoke
So
with him also.
what's that, Doug?
Yeah, I spoke with Mr. Stack also, and there's also someone that helped us last week who was part of that group that we're trying to track that down so that we can get something from Eversource in writing about the agreement to assist us.
Yes. Chris, right, you're talking about?
Yeah, I spoke with Mr. Trolley last week, and
Yeah.
so everyone's trying to, with the loss
Yeah.
of Mr. Larson, we're trying to get back to another contact.
Okay, and I got another name I'm gonna call, who also used to work there. He was involved too somehow. There's a lot of, I don't know how it all got going this way, but we'll track it all down, and hopefully we'll be good. But so I'll let you know, Doug, on that other name that I think Ron gave me the other name and number, and I'll call that person
Thank you very much.
and see what, because we'll get it done. So anyway, appreciate it, Doug.
Thank you.
So that's good. That's moving along, which is great. Both fields are moving along, ladies. Both fields are moving along. Okay. So yeah, what else? What do you folks think about anything? Any other suggestions?
No, I think moving that money over and taking it out of the town budget, so, the citizens aren't getting taxed on it is a logical move. I think that's smart.
So what do we, so if we're good with everything else, which I believe we are, right? We're good with everything else? No other issues? So Kevin, we need a motion to do that, and then recalculate, Kevin recalculate what
So,
it's gonna lower the mill rate a little bit, right?
yes, so,
And the increase.
you'll have to, of course, reduce the budget tonight.
Yes,
You have the authority.
yes,
And then, the Board of Finance and, they won't meet to do the mill rate until after the referendum.
right,
Right? But then the next thing would be at your, town meeting, is that you're gonna have to make those changes also.
yes,
Next week. And then to, approve that as a council also.
yep,
You're gonna make the changes during your town meeting, approve it as the council,
right,
and then it will go to Board of Finance.
after the,
They're- Right, they're gonna all meet the same night.
Yeah.
And then for them to approve it, and then, we'll go to referendum.
yeah, on the 29th? 9th is
29th.
referendum, the first one? When's the second one? May?
We're gonna talk about that.
Oh, okay, we're gonna talk about that. Oh, okay, well, I hope so. That would be good.
What do you got in that cup, Sandy?
What was I gonna say? Kevin, would you have, just out of curiosity, with that, with those changes, just hypothetically till we vote on them, of course, what does that come out to be with the mill rate and the percent increase?
Your mill rate would be 3068, which is a 0.47 increase, 1.55% mill rate increase.
Gotcha, okay. Appreciate that. Hypothetically, until it's all voted,
What percentage is that?
1.55,
1.55.
0.47 increase. So it'd be, no, that's very good. I mean, it's great. I mean, we're very fortunate in town to have one of the lower mill rates around, and we work hard at it, and still though, fund everything, in my opinion, quite well. And it's nice for the Board of Ed this year. They've got a nice increase, and they're doing one heck of a job with whatever they get, honestly. What are they, what did I hear? Are they 26, is the high school number 26 in the state? ranked?
26, yes.
Yeah, so wonderful, wonderful school system. They do a great job with the funding that we give them, our whole school system. So hats off to the staff and everyone, how they do great. And we've got a great school system. We know it. Many of our, obviously, kids went through it and they're doing well. So, okay, so if we're good, anything else? We're good with everything? Okay, thank you all. So what do we need, Kate? We just need to motion.
Do we need to change the numbers or just?
So maybe does Kevin have what we need? There we go. I figured he was working on something. There we go. Excellent.
It's all coming off the town side, so the other two numbers.
They say the same?
Yeah, I made it easy, right? Okay, that's it.
So make a motion to send the amended,
Sorry. First of all, you have to vote to reduce it. So then you can send it to, no, to
Okay.
the
then we
amendment
can move to send it
the
forward.
amount. But I would suggest that you do a motion to approve removing the 215,000 from account 61 for the reading materials. And then also to reduce the Sage Park by 70,000, the lighting.
No, the police cruiser,
Police cruiser
we'll
by
put,
70,000.
yes, out of the, yeah, move that from the town budget into the.
Okay, well, you can't, okay. Yep.
We're removing it from the town budget.
Yes.
Yes, yes, we'll add it back. Yes, okay,
Right.
got it. Yep,
And then to reduce the police overtime by 50,000.
yes.
Correct.
Right,
So moved.
got it.
Huh. Okay, second? Thank you. Any other comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Now
Right,
you
so
can
moved.
give, now with the new amount that Kevin gave you, you can make your motion.
Okay, so I move to send the amended
But you can, you're going to say that it's going to be the same with the education budget. The general budget, you can say as amended to whatever number Kevin gave you, and the water control budget remains the same.
well, do you want me to read in the other numbers though?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
You would have to.
So I move to send the amended town budget of $51,999,907. And the Board of Education budget of $54,617,908. And the water control budget of $7,042,074. The annual budget referendum on April 29th.
Okay. Second on that? No, it's all right. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Right, so moved. And what just out of curiosity, so what increase to the town budget would that be now? Just with that hypothetically in place as it will be? Hope. That's what we did vote on, yeah. Well, I still got to go through other stuff, but we don't know what the end result will be after referendums and all that, but
General government, well, 3.34%.
3.34. Oh, Mr. Delaney. Sorry, Kevin. Yeah,
Which is why it's general government go up 3.34%. Obviously, Board of Ed would stay at 4%.
Yeah. 4, yeah. Okay. Any other questions for Kevin while he's up here? Okay, we're good.
Not a question, but
Yes.
just a comment, and I just want, so people understand, is that we at the town council are limited to what we can do with the budget that's presented to us. I know usually you kind of make a statement when there's more people here. But we can either pass it or we can reduce it. We cannot increase the budget.
Correct.
So whether it's the town, the Board of Ed, or the water pollution, or the water control. So I just want to make sure people understand that we as a town council are limited to what we can do with the budgets when they come to us.
Right, we can't do it, right, correct, we can't increase it. We could go back to a joint meeting if we wanted to, but. So yes, that is correct, and that's good to know, for our folks. All right, so that's all we have, so we'll go ahead and take a motion to adjourn.
To adjourn.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's so moved. All right, thank you, folks. Thank you, folks.
Go ahead.
Thanks.
Everybody get out and vote.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.